The Galactic Assembly's War Council convened under the triple suns of Verelion Prime, where leaders of over 1,000 interstellar empires gathered in a dome of shimmering crystal and light. At the center hovered a holographic projection, one that pulsed red. "They're coming," Admiral Ikar of the Zenthari growled, his tentacles coiling with unease. The humans have responded. For decades, Earth had remained silent. After humanity's meteoric rise in the 33rd galactic cycle, when they crushed the Archelon swarm in a conflict that ended too quickly to analyze, they had vanished behind a wall of silence, rejecting diplomatic overtures and vanishing from known space. But now they had returned. And not with diplomats. With a warship. The Armadas had been assembled over weeks. Over 200,000 ships, dreadnoughts, planetary seekers, Titan-class carriers formed a net around the Lakari system where the human vessel had appeared. At first, the humans gave no warning. No broadcast. No signal. Just a silent silhouette drifting toward the edge of the Lakari 5 gas giant. And then came the scan. "It's one ship," Commander Trell of the Korvax muttered, his gills pulsing nervously. "Only one." "Impossible," scoffed the Zyrelian technopath. "Our sensors must be malfunctioning." But it wasn't an error. One human warship. Obsidian black. Shaped like a crescent with jagged wings and an eerie blue pulse running through its hull, like a heartbeat. Its designation was scrawled across its side in faded white lettering. HSS Revenant. An ancient name. A ghost ship. And then the countdown began. For a clock. Without warning, the Revenant moved. Not through space, but into it. Folding space-time like paper, it blinked across vast distances, bypassing formations, weaving between capital ships with impossible precision. One of the Lakari juggernauts, Eternal Hammer, locked on and fired a plasma lance. The beam never reached. The Revenant shimmered and the lance bent away as if deflected by an unseen force. Then the human ship retaliated. A single pulse. Silent. Invisible. But seconds later, the Eternal Hammer crumbled, melted from the inside out, its 40,000 crew disintegrated before any could scream. 3:20. Panic spread. Galactic Command tried to reposition their fleets, but the Revenant ignored standard tactics. It didn't engage. It erased. A wave of dark energy surged from its bow like a shadow spilling across the stars. Wherever it touched, ships died, hulls imploding, AI cores going inert, gravity engines collapsing into themselves. The Korvax 8th Fleet vanished in 6 seconds. "What kind of weapon is this?" Trell shouted. "It's not a weapon," whispered the Zenthari admiral. "It's vengeance." 2:45. A desperate transmission was sent to the Revenant. "Identify yourselves. Cease fire. This is a neutral operation zone under Galactic Treaty Article 9. No reply. Instead, the Revenant opened its comms just long enough to transmit 5 words. "You came to our doorstep." Then silence. And more destruction. The Revenant launched no missiles. It used no fighters. It didn't need to. It moved like a force of nature, intelligent, surgical, and merciless. In one sector, it disabled 5 dreadnoughts by forcing their weapons to overcharge, causing chain reactions that lit up space like miniature stars. 1:30. The Galactic AI Nexus attempted to firewall the Revenant's incursions. Failed. Instead, the human ship hijacked the Galactic Fleet's own targeting systems, turning their weapons inward. Vessels began firing on one another, confusion turning to chaos. "We were never at war with Earth," cried High Lord Severax of the Kalern Dominion as his own cruiser shattered beneath friendly fire. "Exactly," came the reply. "You just forgot what we were capable of." 0:50. The Revenant halted. At the center of the battlefield, its presence loomed. Untouched and scathed, thousands of galactic ships were reduced to floating wreckage or glowing dust. And then it did something no one expected. It played a recording. A voice, human, old, weary, and filled with pain, echoed across every channel. "This is Admiral Kieran Holt of the Human Defense Corps. You burned our outposts. You abducted our children for your labs. You called us savages. You thought we would not remember. But we did. We always do." 0:15. A final wave surged from the Revenant, not a weapon, but a message. A projection of Earth. Blue, fragile, beautiful. Then the voice again. "We asked for peace. You brought war. Now you have our attention." The Revenant turned away. It didn't pursue survivors. It didn't gloat. It simply disappeared into subspace. Aftermath. For minutes, the Galactic Armadas, symbols of 100 empires, lay in ruins. Over 70,000 ships lost, billions in resources gone, and not a scratch on the Revenant. The council met again under dim lights, the crystal dome now cracked. Silence hung over them. This was just one ship, someone whispered. How many more do they have? But no one answered, because they all feared the same thing. That Earth had never stopped building. That while the galaxy laughed at the so-called barbarians from the Sol system, humanity had prepared, watched, waited, and when they finally spoke again, they didn't ask for diplomacy. They sent a warship.